Hey artists! Today we're going to be using value, which is the lightness or darkness of a color, to make candy canes. And we're going to make them look like they're popping right off of the page, which is what I love about using value. So let's get started. Okay, so I have a candy cane stencil that I actually made. If you can print off a picture of a candy cane, like a drawing of a candy cane, and then you can cut it out and use that as your stencil. If not, you can just do your best to draw your own. So I'm gonna draw, and it's probably best to use tag board, but since I'm actually gonna use this one and I'll show you on here. So you're just gonna draw a curved line, and then on that hook part of your candy cane, it's curved like this, and then it comes around, and then it's curved again at the bottom. So just do the best that you can. If you can't print one off, do the best that you can to draw one. And after you draw one, you're gonna cut it out, because you want all of your candy canes to be the same. So you're gonna cut it out, and then you'll use this as your pattern. And it doesn't have to be perfect. So all right, so I've cut mine out, but I'm actually not going to use that one because I already have this one. So I'm going to use this one. So I am going to trace my candy cane using my pencil. You can do it as many times as you'd like. I'm gonna do maybe 3. So there's 1. And you can have them overlapping if you want, or you don't have to. It's up to you. I could probably, oh, my pencil needs to be sharpened. It's not doing a good job right now. All right, so there's 2. And I'm not gonna overlap on any of mine. Although when you do overlap, it makes it more interesting. But I'm just gonna keep mine separated. Okay, so there are my 3 candy canes. So you're gonna go ahead and trace your pattern however many times you'd like for your candy canes. Okay, now I have to add the stripes to my candy canes. Now notice how the bottom line is curved, okay? When you're making your stripes, you want them to look like they're actually curving around your candy cane, because your candy cane is actually kind of like a cylinder that goes up and around. So I'm gonna make the lines curved in the same way that the bottom of the candy cane is curved. And it's gonna go around. You don't want the lines to be too close together. And you're gonna go through and do that on all of the candy canes. And as it hooks around, your line is also going to do the same. All right, so there we go. So I've traced my pattern, and now I made my stripes. Okay, so now we're going to start with our value. So remember our value scale. We've got the darkest is 5, and it goes all the way up to 1, which is pure white. Now I am using, oh, I forgot to mention, if you have a paper that is like a gray or even a tan color like manila paper, you really need to use that. Or I guess you could use, it really isn't gonna work very well if you use white, because I guess you could, but it's not gonna look as 3-dimensional. So if you do have a piece of like manila paper or some kind of gray construction paper, then it would be best to use that. Okay, so you're gonna start out with a white colored pencil. You can use crayon if you have to, but colored pencil does work much better. Okay, and you're going to start out by making a line going all the way, starting at the one end of the candy cane and going all the way to the other end. We'll do that with all three of them. All right, I'm gonna start with this candy cane. And after you've made your line with your white colored pencil, you are going to take your colored pencil. See how I'm going back and forth from side to side? I'm not going up and down. I'm going from side to side, and you're going to go all the way along the white line of your candy cane. I'm using Prismacolor colored pencils, which are a really good brand of colored pencils, so yours might not look quite as white as mine. If you're using like Crayola. Crayola will work fine too, but these are the best. They're called Prismacolor, so maybe you can ask for some for a Christmas present. Okay, there we go. And you're gonna do that on all of your candy canes. I'm just gonna show you this one for now. Okay, so this is kind of like your #1 value because it's pure white. Okay, now choose 2 colors. I'm gonna choose this blue and orange for my candy canes. You don't have to do the traditional red and white candy cane. You can make it more interesting by using some interesting colors, different colors than you would typically see on a candy cane. So I'm gonna start with my orange. Okay, so I'm gonna start at the bottom of the candy cane. And I am going to be using the value of 5, so the very darkest, on the edges of the candy cane. So it's gonna be orange, blue, orange, blue, orange, blue, orange. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do all of my oranges. So I'm going to really dark. I'm pressing down pretty hard. I don't want to break my lead, but pressing down kind of hard. I'm going in this first section along the edge. Then I'm going to go in just a little bit. I still have space between where I stopped with my orange and where the white starts. I don't want to go all the way to the white. All right, now I'm going to go back and forth as hard as I can without breaking my pencil, filling in that space. All right, now I still have, let's see if I can zoom in here. Oh good, I still have space between where I have my value of 5 and my white. So I'm gonna fill that in with between a 2 and a 3. Really light, more like a 2, a value of 2. There we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and just do my next one. I was gonna go ahead and do all the oranges, but I'm gonna not do that. I'm gonna show you the blue. Okay, so it's the same thing on my next section, except now it's blue. So I'm gonna draw my line. Now I'm going in just a little bit. And now, and you have to make sure you're not going up and down. It's like you're drawing along around the middle of your candy cane. That's my 5. Now I'm switching to a lighter value of a 2. Okay, there you go. Now I'm gonna do my orange again. Draw the lines, go in just a little bit, probably about halfway to the white. Value of 5. And now light. All right, and now I'm back to my blue, same thing. Go in a little. And as you can see, it's gonna start looking three-dimensional, like it's kind of popping off the page. And you're just gonna keep going all the way. I'll go ahead and finish this one. Now for your other candy canes, you can use the same 2 colors that you did on your first one, or switch to different colors, however you want to do it. One more. This is a big stripe. In just a little bit. It might help. See how I change the direction of my paper. You can always move your paper around to make things easier. And my last section is orange. I kind of made my white a little bit bigger than I probably should have, but that's okay. I can actually color over it a little bit if I have to. All right, so there is my candy cane that I used value to make it look 3-dimensional. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these 2 and I'll come back and show you what I came up with. All right, so here is my finished product. Have fun with this. I think that it's a really cool project, and you know, the different values really make your candy canes look like they're 3-dimensional and they're popping right off the page, and that's pretty cool. So I can't wait to see your work. Make sure you post it on your Google Classroom. If you want to share it on Flipgrid, that's great too. And we'll see you next time. Bye guys, have fun.